What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? This your girl Tiffany coming through here live in the Fed. And we needed to have a conversation, man. You know, your girl, Princella Clark, for those of you out there that's watching the so-called Queen Maker, right? She has a video about holding women accountable. Okay. So she started off at a good note talking about the abuse and molestation in the community or whatnot. She was talking about that, and she was talking about how women cannot, or how women be in a relationship with men who are abusing children, especially the daughters. Now, where I stand on that, I agree with her on that point when she made that argument about women being in a relationship with men who are abusive to their children. When their children come to them and tell them what's going on, they ignore that. So yes, those women have to be highly held accountable for being in a relationship with men they know they are abusive to their kids. But here's the reason why some of those women stick around with these men, because they don't want to lose financial support, or they don't want to end up being alone. But for the most part, it's financial support, which is why these women choose to stick around with these men. And these women, they are sick in the head and they need to be called out. But Princella goes so far and hit below the belt. I don't know what her agenda is.
What that got to do
Hold
with
on.
the
I don't know
price
what
of
her
tea in China?
I don't know what her agenda is, right? But it sounds like to me, it sounds like to me that she is insinuating that women should not indulge into heterosexual relationship, but basically should be in lesbian relationship. That's what it seems like to me. You know, I mean, it's one thing to call out the patriarchal system and the oppression that it has done on women, but when you're trying to encourage women to not have relationship with men, then that becomes a problem, because that's going to become a greater issue. And I'm gonna tell you right now, vast majority of women is not trying to hear that. They not finna listen to you tell them not to be in a heterosexual relationship. You know, I mean, she claimed that she has this workshop where she teaching women about being a queen and all of that. Okay, you teaching women how to be queens, but you're not teaching them how to critically think. You're not teaching them how to be logical. You're not teaching them how to be careful. You're basically discouraging women from being in heterosexual relationship. You're discouraging women by telling them to leave these men alone. And I just want to know, for the life of me, okay, if there was more and more women involved in lesbian relationship, then what's the benefit factor behind that? How that's going to protect the woman from harm and danger? So you're telling women to get away from the natural formation and go to something that is not so natural. So you tell me that it ain't natural for a woman to want to be in a heterosexual relationship. It basically, that's what you're saying, right? I'm just trying to understand the logic. If you're telling women that it's not natural to be in a heterosexual relationship, then you're being pseudo. Then your information is pseudo. And I got a clip that I want to play for y'all, right? And it's another clip that I want to play,
Reason why I ain't got.
which makes me want to question Priscilla as far as her mentality and as far as her stance and her position. So I'm gonna play the video. Watch this.
Y'all listening to a single woman who with no man. What that got to do with the price of tea in China? It's a reason why I ain't got one. I don't want none of this. I don't want this problems. Y'all to sit up there and listen to a woman who a lesbian. You dang right. Why won't you listen to somebody who love your ass as opposed to who hates you? Because in order to be a heterosexual woman and to push heterosexuality, you got to hate the woman. You have to hate women in order to push heterosexuality. Why the hell wouldn't you listen to somebody who actually love your ass?
Oh, so you saying that women are the only ones that can love women, but men can't love women? Now she's saying it. It sounds like to me. I'm not trying to put out accusation, but it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me that obviously she on the other side, based on this clip. So it sounds like she's on the other side. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me. So it's one thing when you address the issue of abuse and you talk about oppression, but it's another thing when you discouraging women and trying to tell women to not be involved in a relationship with men, or saying that men don't have the ability to love women. Instead of teaching women how to critically analyze and carefully and be careful of the men who they have relationship with. You're creating a bigger problem when you do that. You're not giving it no type of cure. You're not giving no type of solution. You're creating a bigger problem. But see, this is what happened when us as women been oppressed by the system for so long, right? You have women like her that come along and tell you that you don't need a man, you don't need no relationship with a man. And then you have other women coming along saying you're better off in a relationship with a woman than you are with a man. This is how you know that we have been psychologically damaged and have been so abused and oppressed by the patriarchal system that we currently living in, because now you got more women coming out saying things like this, and it's sad and it's detrimental. It's really detrimental. It's detrimental that we have women with this type of mentality. And but I'm not finished yet, because there's more I want to play. Hold on. I got another video. Watch this. So here's this video right here.
She works from home. You're a data.
No.
No. A lone person?
No.
Internal IT, maybe?
No.
They pay no attention to these women. Because you know what? They don't even like these women. They don't even like these women. That's just the honest truth.
Oh.
What do you do?
System support analyst too.
Which is what I said.
Girl, you might as well be dating a child. At this point, listen. All of you chicks that's talking about, I don't support LGBT because of NAMBLA, right? NAMBLA. And the pedophile, and then they trying to incorporate bestiality. Girl, at this point, you are a pedophile. If you dealing with a male, you are a damn pedophile. Because he sounds just like a 3-year-old. Your ass is a pedophile.
You might as well be a pedophile because he sound like a 3 years old. And this is what y'all women listen to. This is what you call a queen maker, right? She here telling heterosexual women that they are pedophile because of some YouTube video where men are asked questions about their wives as far as what they know about their background or whatnot. So now all of a sudden, because of this video, she insinuates that you might as well be a pedophile.
And you a zoophile. A pedophile and a zoophile.
A zoophile.
Because they just like dogs, right? You might as well be dating a dog. An underage dog.
So basically, she's saying that men are dogs. And this is where y'all take y'all advice from? Wait, I'm trying to understand that this is where y'all take y'all advice from. Y'all better start carefully analyzing people who y'all be watching and listening to. But I'm gonna let the video play and I'm gonna say some more about this.
That. Look at that.
What do you do?
System support analyst too.
Which is what I said.
Has she ever played a sport?
It doesn't appear so.
And then he gonna disrespect her. Did she play a sport? Shit, I can't tell because she don't look like she went to the gym at all. Shit, she be eating cupcakes and everything, so it really don't appear so. I don't think she be in nobody's gym. And then this what they do to you, and then what you chasing, right?
Just because you're unathletic.
And then he doubled down. Well, I'm just saying, because, girl, you unathletic. You got love handles and, your BMI kind of high. And you kind of got a pear shape. I'm just trying to say, like, I ain't know where you worked at. I guess 3 times. I don't really know nothing about you, but one thing I do know is your ass is not athletic and you ain't in no gym. You ain't in nobody's gym. I might not know where you work or what you do. Yeah, that's them. And then your ass stay. You stay.
What is her middle name?
Listen to this, y'all.
He look like an adult child, don't he? Pedophile. I'ma just start calling all y'all pedophile. I'ma call her a pedophile.
Wait a minute, hold on. She said this young man, this guy in the video looked like an adult child. He looked like a pedophile. He said, I'm just gonna start calling all of y'all pedophile. This is how she disrespect heterosexual women. And you females sitting up here talking about, oh, she the queen maker, she telling the truth. Oh, she the truth. What?
What is her middle name?
He look like an adult child, don't he? Pedophile. I'ma just start calling all y'all pedophile. I'ma call her a pedophile. She a pedophile. Yeah, that pedophilia. That's what pedophilia look like right there.
I actually forgot.
Look, don't he look like an overgrown child? Huh? This is the abuse of the special ed, right? She over here dipping in the special ed, the short bus. She dating kids off the short bus.
I actually forgot.
Do you know his middle name?
Everybody was so bad.
She dating kids off the short bus. And now she want to call heterosexual women pedophiles. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm just going to be 100. Let me tell y'all something. The vast majority of people that sit there and listen to Princella Clark are mostly black women. And I'm going to tell y'all what she's doing. Now, I'm not saying, for those of you that been coming on my video, right, making comments, well, she telling the truth. She's true. See, black women, we don't want to acknowledge this, that, and other. We don't want to hear that because she's telling the truth. It's not that she's not telling the truth, but let's just keep it real. There is truth and there is falsehood mixed in it. And y'all not paying attention to the falsehood because y'all caught up in the truth. Y'all not paying attention to exactly what the hell she's saying. Y'all not paying attention to that shit. Y'all not really paying attention to exactly what the hell she's saying. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. A vast majority of y'all ain't going to go and vet or research the information that she put out there. Y'all not going to do it because you know why? Y'all caught up in the emotionalism and sensationalism. That's what you're caught up on. You're caught up on the emotionalism and sensationalism. Y'all not going to do the research. Y'all not going to ask questions. Y'all not going to go and look up sources and information to find out exactly if everything she's saying is accurate. Y'all gonna be like, yes, sis. Yes, sis. You right. Yes, sis. You telling the truth, sis. Go ahead, sis. Yes, sis. I agree. And this is how women get caught up and get fucked over. It's so easy to market to women than it is to men. It's easy to market to women than it is to men. It's easy. And I'm going to show you what she's doing. She's pandering off y'all emotions. Oh, yeah, she's pandering off your emotions. Because she know that most of y'all is not going to challenge. Now, there is some people that's going to ask questions. But those who ask questions, and I've been peeping out and I've been reading the comments. Those who ask her some questions, she attacks them. She attacks them for questioning her logic. She attacks them. But for the rest of the women, they're not going to ask no question. They're going to go along with the get along. And most of these women are not going to do the research. They're not going to look up information. They're not going to do the scholarly or the academic sources. They're not going to do it. Because they're looking for somebody to accommodate their emotion. And Princella is doing just that. Again, I'm not saying that she's not telling the truth about everything. Because there is truth. And there's information that can be taken as valuable. But there's some things or certain things that you need to question as well. Anytime she sit here and make some statement like heterosexual women, or to be a heterosexual woman, you gotta hate another woman. That's when you should be asking some damn questions. Anytime you got a broad that sit here and say heterosexual women that pushes the agenda of heterosexuality hates women, you need to ask some damn questions. You need to ask what's wrong with her mentality. Because that's pseudo as fuck. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm telling you that right now. And then you coming down on heterosexual women by saying some shit like, you might as well be a pedophile because of certain men. Really? And how you teaching women how to be queens? And y'all allow this to go on. And this is how people get fucked over. Y'all don't realize that there's some form of exaggeration, biased opinion, marketing, pseudo ideology. And if you listen, she's teaching you about pimp ideology. So let me show you what she's trying to do. She ain't trying to get rid of the patriarchal system. She's not getting rid of no damn patriarchal system. You know what she want to do? She want to replace the man with the woman. So the patriarchal system gonna be intact, but just have the woman as the face of patriarchal system. That's the agenda. Now, I'm just going to be straight up. That's the agenda. When I listen to Princella, that's what I'm hearing. That's exactly what the fuck I'm hearing. She ain't trying to get rid of no patriarchal system. She want to replace the man with the woman so the woman can have all the control. And she ain't got no validated, strong solution to get rid of the patriarchal system anyhow. She ain't got no practical solution. Just like patriarchal society is a social construct, matriarchal society is a social construct as well. And she always talking about this is natural, natural this, natural that. You don't understand nature all the way. We only understand a fraction of nature. Again, we only understand a fraction of nature. We don't understand nature in its entirety. And guess what? As humans, guess what? Nature don't owe us any explanation. The universe don't owe us any explanation. We live vicariously through nature. We live vicariously through nature. It don't owe us no explanation. It don't have to tell us all the answer. Because if that's the case, scientists would know all the answers. We just live through nature. We just live through nature. And actually, nature has no gender. If you really want to be honest, nature has no gender. What we call nature, it has no gender. It's neutral. Now, the reason why we use the term Mother Nature is because it's symbolic to a woman carrying a human being. So we use it as symbolism, but in all actuality, nature has no gender. It's neutral. So we look at it as the matrix, meaning that we are inside of nature. We, the creation, is inside of nature, which is why we call it Mother Nature. But in actuality, there is no gender. Nature doesn't say that we value women over men or we value men over women. That's not how nature works. Nature does not operate that way. If nature value women over men, then there would be no reason for men to exist. If nature value men over women, there will be no reason for women to exist. So both parties, both genders are here for a reason. So if you think that by you telling women or discouraging women from being in a heterosexual relationship is going to solve a solution, well, congratulations, because you created a greater problem. That's what you did. Congratulations, you made the problem even worse, because that is not going to be practical. That is not going to be practical. That is the most impractical way. Thinking that every woman or most women should become lesbians, and that's going to solve this problem. That's going to bring about solution. No, it's not. Y'all need to start questioning people. When y'all listen to these folks, stop going along with sensationalism and emotionalism. Don't get caught up in that. Start asking questions. If they get upset because you're asking questions about certain information, then that goes to show you where their position is and where they stand on. And even let's just say if it was a matriarchal system. Now, let's go back to what she said, that men are territorial, they very conquering, and they violent by nature, right? So, what makes you think if we was in a matriarchal society that there would be no violence? If you say men are violent by nature and they territorial and they conquering, what makes you think there would be no violence under a matriarchal system? And then you talk about men have a lower nature and all of that. What makes you think women ain't got no lower nature? All humans have some form of lower nature. Now let's deal with it from an animal standpoint. Let's not even look at just a male or female. Let's deal with it from an animal standpoint. Every animal species have a lower nature. Every animal species has a violent nature. So if you think that women ain't got no violent nature, you just ain't been paying attention to yourself. Or you haven't been paying attention to other women around. And no, they don't have to necessarily be programmed to have a violent nature. So what makes you think that ain't no violence gonna take place under the matriarchal system if this society became matriarchal? What makes you think that there's not going to be people envy one another, or there won't be any form of jealousy? Because women are going to be jealous of each other. And you think that women ain't gonna compete with each other for a position of power? You think that's not gonna happen? You think women ain't gonna fight each other, especially when it comes to a man? You think it's not gonna happen? So you think that women by nature are just angels and the men are just devils? That's basically what you think, right? Again, that goes to show you don't understand human nature. Now, we can say that men do have more tendency to be more aggressive than women, or respond to issue in a more violent way. We can say that. But every human have a lower nature. See, let me say this. Y'all better off. Y'all are better off reading Robert Greene's book, Human Nature. You're better off reading Robert Greene's book about human nature because he gives better explanation than what Princella is talking about. And if you really want to study exactly what she's talking about, study dimorphism. What is dimorphism? Dimorphism deals with the study of species, right? Organisms of the same species, as far as, but study their differences in their biology and their physiology. Okay? It studies the same species, but different biological characteristics and physiological characteristics. That's all dimorphism deals with. So it deals with, as far as like your body structure, right? It deals with your behavior patterns of how you adapt to nature and all. So you better off studying dimorphism, okay? You are better off studying dimorphism. And you also better off studying epigenetics. Epigenetics deals with above genome. Basically mean the gene expression. That's all epigenetic deals with. So it deals with what can be nurtured, meaning that what you can inherit from your environment, or what can be passed on down genetically, meaning your inheritance. Okay? So if you study epigenetics, you'll get an understanding. You study neuroscience. Neuroscience deals with the study of the brain activity, right? The different parts of the brain functions. You study psychology, study sociology. What sociology deals with, the social interaction of human beings, as far as social class, social group, etc. Psychology deals with the study of the mindset of the humans. Okay? And then you got anthropology. Anthropology deals with the study of human in general. And it deals with, that's when you get into the aspect about culture. All right? And also study ecology. Ecology deals with the relationship of organism and how they have a relationship with their environment. Ecology deals with the relationship of organism and how they can relate to their own environment. So if you study all of these different things, right? If you study all these things, okay, you will get a better understanding on your own. And then you could be able to question and challenge the information that Princella is putting out. And not just Princella, but anybody else. But do not allow someone to make you feel guilty as a woman because you decide to be married to a man or you decide to have a family. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty just because it does not work for you and you don't want to be in a relationship. That's fine. But don't discourage other women. Do not tell the next woman, don't have no relationship with these men. Let these men go. They are dogs, this, that, and the other. Don't do that. Because now you're creating a problem. If it don't work for you, then that's one thing. That's cool. Stay in your lane. If you decide that you want to be in a homosexual relationship or a lesbian relationship, if that's what works for you as a woman, okay, that works for you. But let this other woman make her own conscious decision. Let her decide for herself what works for her. Do not come into her space and try to tell her don't be in a relationship with a man or leave these men alone or these men are dogs because you're creating a problem. because you had an unsuccessful relationship or it did not work out for your interest and you didn't like it. Now you want to try to come into somebody else's space and tell them the same thing. Stop it. That's not teaching a woman how to be a queen. Teaching a woman how to be the queen is first and foremost teaching her how to have discipline. That's one thing you got to learn as a woman. You learn discipline. You learn self-control. You learn how to be able to use your intellectual ability. You learn how to use your mind. You learn how to use emotional intelligence. That's what it means to be a queen. Not going around here rejecting men and saying that I don't need no man and all this, thing, and other. Being a woman starts with the mind. And also, when she talking about this chess piece board, she always talking about the queen is the most powerful piece on the board. True. But also at the same time, the queen can also be the most vulnerable piece on the board too. She's not just a powerful piece, but she can also be the most vulnerable piece. Why do I say that? The reason why is because I say that is because of the fact that when you're playing a game of chess, right, the queen, if you notice, the queen is not able to move in any position. She's not going to be able to move until that pawn moves. Once the pawn moves, then the queen could be able to move. The only piece that can be able to make any type of move on the board without the pawn moving is the knight. The knight is the only piece that could be able to move without the pawn moving, because the knight goes over people, like it has to jump over. Okay? But all the other pieces have to wait for the pawn to move in order to make the move. And not to mention, once the queen make a move, right, she still has to be protected. She still has to be protected because let's just say if she take out another piece, right, then that other piece can come along and take her out on the board. So if she take out a bishop, that rook can come along and take her out because she has entered into the territory of the rook. Let me see this. Hold on. Let me put somebody on timeout. Who the fuck you talking to, RE's 106? I don't know who the fuck you is. Get the fuck off my goddamn platform, nigga. Get the fuck off of here. Don't tell me what the fuck I can say. Get the fuck off of here. Why the fuck is you watching? Get your bitch ass out of here. Put your bitch ass in timeout. Anyways, back to what I was fucking saying. I'm tired of motherfuckers think they gonna come on here and say something. Anyways, so getting back to the point, right? When the queen cannot move in different pieces, right? She can't move in different directions unless she gotta make sure that she is secure enough to move those directions. So with that being said, if she goes into the territory, let's say she has a bishop, right? And let's say she take the bishop out, but the rook takes her out because she's in the rook territory. But now if she's in the territory where she takes out the bishop, and then there's a rook, another rook on her end takes out another rook, right? Then she has a better advantage to be able to move around how she wants to. So the point is that the queen herself has to be careful how she move around. Again, the queen herself has to be careful how she move around. You know, see what she not doing is she not breaking the logic down and the arithmetic of how this whole thing works. Yeah, she not breaking that shit down. So y'all going along with the get along, and then y'all sit there allow her to get away with this. Go learn how to play the game of chess, and you will see for yourself. So my whole point is stop letting people tell you or just get away with just saying whatever it makes y'all feel good. Because that's how they get advantage of you. If you read the 48 laws of power, right? If you read the 48 laws of power, it exactly tell you what people would do to have leverage over other people. It tells you how people can come in and tell you the truth and then create their own narrative, their own spin, just so they can have the advantage to be in control. But other than that, yeah, stop letting people get away with just saying whatever, man. Y'all gotta stop that. This is one of the reasons why I encourage people to read information for themselves. Here, get the books. Get the sources online. You can go look this up for yourself. Don't just go by my word. This is where you can go find out the information. That's why I do that. So I always bring books and information for y'all to even look up to read. All right, so let me start reading these comments. Some chick come on here said, I am a lesbian. Do you approve of my existence? I never said I disapprove of your existence. That's your life. If that's how you want to live, then that's your business, okay? So I never disapprove of your existence. All right? I never said that, but what I'm saying is don't try to project your lifestyles onto others, or don't try to say because you're this way that everybody else got to be the same way. Mother God loves you. Okay, I can tell your ass too, though. Matriarchal society is the natural way. Yeah. Yin and the yang equal to mother. First of all, you don't know nothing about the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang deals with the feminine and masculine principle. Okay? That's Taoism. Stop. See, this is what I'm talking about. Stop trying to use pseudo-ideology to support your claims. First of all, the yin represents the masculine principle and the yang represents the feminine principle. Stop it. Okay. Women will have complete control of the male specimen. We are the male specimen created. When women move on our love, we move as sisterhood. Jealousy and competition won't exist. You know what? Shut the hell up, bruh. Shut up. You won't have no complete control over the male specimen. No, you will not. Because if you argue that the man is by nature territorial, and by nature he's aggressive, and by nature he's conquering, you ain't gonna be able to have total control. And then she got y'all running around here talking about the man's supposed to be a slave to the woman. Okay, you try that if you want to and see how that's gonna work out for you. You try to make a man your slave if you want to. Try to use that reverse patriarchy if you want to. It's not gonna work for you. Because a lot of y'all women, as a matter of fact, how a lot of y'all women gonna have control when a lot of y'all don't have control over yourself? First of all, you have lack of discipline. And a lot of y'all are not even trained to protect yourselves properly. Let's be 100. And a lot of y'all don't even know enough about men nature to be trying to have control over him. Let's just be honest about that. Okay. Let me see. The pun is out the way. Yeah, of course the pun is out the way, because when the pun is moving, it has to get out the way. So once it get out the way, then it has to make room for the queen. That's when the queen could be able to maneuver around and get to certain areas. And then she put, acknowledging and accepting the male specimen for who they really are by nature is scary to woman. No, it's not. If you study the information, it won't be very scary. A lot of that stuff Princella's saying, I'm aware of it. That's why I say I can agree with 60% of what she's saying. I'm aware of a lot of the stuff that she's talking about. But at the same time, she also put her twist and her own little spin to it just so she could be able to cater and pander the emotion off of women as well. If you study about nature of men, right, it won't be as scary as you think. You just got to be more mindful and be more careful. But what it is just many women refuse to go and do their own research and refuse to study the science. So yes, there is things that we have to be aware of about our nature and about men's nature. So here's the thing, not only you have to study the man's nature, but once you study your own nature as a woman, then it all starts to make sense. At the end of the day, accept the male specimen nature for what it is and don't complain. Man, shut the fuck up. You sound stupid, bruh. You sound stupid. She sounds stupid. Accept the male specimen nature. Again, y'all don't know enough about men's nature because y'all can't accept everything. If y'all was able to accept everything about man's nature, then y'all wouldn't be running into so many problems with men. And y'all the ones that's doing the complaining about men's behavior, men this, that, and other. And she put all women don't lack discipline. You shouldn't generalize. That's not nice. There's a lot of women that do lack discipline. I'm sorry. There's a lot of women. Let me tell you something. If there was women who were in a position of leadership, I would say about maybe a good 20%, maybe a good 20% of women. Okay, let's just take for our community, for example. Black community. If there was black women that was in a good position of leadership, only maybe about 20% of black women, between 20 and 25%, will make good qualified leaders. 20 and 25% of black women will make good qualified leaders. 20 to 25% of black women make good qualified leaders. That means the rest of the women will not be qualified in leadership role. So there are women that lack discipline. A lot of women lack discipline because they don't understand what it means to level the emotions. That's why most women would not be able to do good in the position of power, because one thing to have leadership is to have control over your emotions. It's to be able to use your ability to think, to be logical. You got to have discipline. You got to have logic. And you can't be emotionally attached to everything. And you got to look at what is the greater good for the society as a whole. Now, do women know how to run an egalitarian society? Yes, but egalitarian, there's a difference between having an egalitarian society and having political control over a society. So egalitarian would mean like community workshop or community, doing community work or whatnot. Yes, that can be a good thing. Like if you were involved in some form of activism, you can have that type of leadership or control if you're involved in activism, right? But when you're dealing with politics, no, most women would not fit to that level because that's a whole different arena, because you playing a whole different game and you got to understand how the game of chess operates on that level. And whatever decision that you make, it's going to have a good impact or it's going to have a negative impact on you. I appreciate it. Okay, shout out to the moderator who handled this for me. I appreciate it. Shout out to the other moderators. Yeah, that's what I'm about to start doing. I'm going to have to start getting more moderators on here because some of y'all getting beside yourselves. Some of you jokers coming on the comment section talking shit. Nope, that ain't going to happen. You on my show. You on my platform. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't you dare think you going to disrespect me, because I will disrespect your ass back. I don't give a fuck who you are. All right. So shout out to the moderator that came on here and took care of that comment for me. Why the disrespect? We are just having dialogue on Blue Ivy Internet. Hey, African guys, whatever the fuck your name is, I'm gonna have to put your ass on timeout. I wasn't being disrespectful, but what I'm saying is, you sound stupid for the most part. You sound stupid. You coming over here sounding stupid. I don't have to agree with everything you say, but you know what? It's been nice knowing you. I'm gonna have to put your ass on timeout. All right. But anyways, y'all, let me go ahead and get off of here. That's all I want to say. But I hope you all have a good one, and y'all be safe out here and have a productive day. Until next time, peace and power elevation be to all of you. This your girl Tiffany, and I'm logging off. So, and like I told y'all, man, do your own research, educate yourselves, and stop going along with the get along. Okay, stop going along with the get along. All right. So with that being said, peace.